Fresh off a near disaster against Ohio and having finalized their latest NIL sponsorship deal with Charmin, Ohio State cashes in their frequent flyer miles to make the trip out west to play the Washington, we lost to Michigan in the national championship 2 years ago, Huskies. Washington opens the game with a drive so short the entire thing could have been posted on TikTok, although it's still longer than Gen Z's attention span. Washington goes 3 and out and is forced to punt for the first time in their last 18 possessions. So this is not going to go well. Oh, look at that. It didn't go well. So the 17-yard punt lands somewhere between oops and why, giving Ohio State great field position. Buckeye running back C.J. Donaldson channels his inner Karen and bulldozes Washington defenders like it's Black Friday at Target. Ohio State will get to the 11-yard line where on third down, quarterback Julian Sayin will scramble so well I forgot I was watching a football game instead of a Gordon Ramsay lecture on making eggs.
Donkey!
Ohio State will go for it on 4th and 1 and get stuffed in a way that makes your average Thanksgiving turkey say "Grrr." Washington will go 3 and out again, which brings on America's punter. He smacks the ball 50 solid yards, which is serious improvement. Unfortunately, he was standing in his own end zone, which means Ohio State's punt returner caught it at midfield. However, disaster would strike as Brandon Innes lets the ball fly out of his hands into the drooling jaws of the Huskies special teams. Washington will get all the way inside Ohio State's 5-yard line and get stuffed, get a 5-yard penalty, then get stuffed again, and then kick a field goal. Spoiler alert, that's kind of a theme with these guys. So it's 3-0 on the scoreboard, but in terms of vibes, well, let's just say I hope you took your daily Xanax. I'm not really sure what that means. Ohio State will be forced to punt again, and suddenly things aren't looking so great for the high and mighty Buckeyes. Well, never mind. Ohio State finally remembers that to win football games, you need to score points, so Julian Sayin panic throws to Jeremiah Smith, who waltzes into the end zone like a communist dictator taking over a lavender farm. Get it? 'Cause the end zone's purple? I'm sorry. Washington quarterback Damon Williams Jr. will run backwards and then get sacked, bringing this extremely stupid half of football to its merciful conclusion. Bring on the second half! Ohio State is nearly forced to punt, but Ryan Day pays off the refs with some of that Charmin soft toilet paper revenue, which is really the only way I can explain this being called roughing the passer. Oh boy. Homie's gonna need some therapy after a hit like that. I mean, look, he almost tripped. Washington's offense will continue its interpretive dance routine, gaining so many yards of offense and making up a little ground on the scoreboard, but getting absolutely nowhere in terms of vibe shift. So here we are at the 4th quarter, and Ohio State's got the ball at the Washington 20, but it's 3rd and the distance to the freaking sun. The freaking sun! Anyway, they'll keep it conservative with Bo Jackson, but don't forget, Washington's defense at this point is not much more than a block of Swiss cheese. And I don't even like Swiss cheese, so frankly, this just isn't a good situation for anyone. On 4th down, Sayin will find C.J. Donaldson open for the touchdown on a play that literally everyone saw coming except for Washington's defensive coordinator. Wait, isn't that the guy who got fired from Purdue because his defense sucked?
You're killing me, Smalls.
Anyway, Washington's about out of time, so Damon Williams will throw this little cry for help, and then the game's basically over. And that's it. Ohio State goes on the road and defeats Washington. Not exactly the greatest looking game from the Buckeyes, specifically from a we're not soft standpoint, but a solid win nonetheless.